Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a fresh face makeup look, and it's one of my favorite makeup looks to do because it's super easy and it takes hardly any time at all. So if you're on the go and need something quick, this will be perfect for you. So if you want to see how I get a fresh face makeup look, then please keep watching. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is just prime my T-zone area, and I am using the Fenty Pro Filt'r primer. And if you would like to see a review on this primer, go ahead and click the link above. I'll also put it in my description box. But yeah, I really like this primer. It's super hydrating, but of course any hydrating primer would do. And I like using a hydrating primer because it just already gives you that dewy fresh face look without having to put a whole lot else on. So once you have your primer on, go ahead and grab your favorite concealer. I am using the Fenty Pro Filt'r concealer, and this is in the shade 120. And I also did a review on this. That's in that same video as the primer. And I'm just gonna put, it looks like a lot, but it's actually not that much because it's a pretty watery formula. So I just put it on under my eyes in a triangular fashion, and then I do like a little thing on my forehead, right on my chin, and then right beneath my nose. And for this makeup look, I actually don't put any foundation on, so the concealer is going to be your magic touch. So don't forget the concealer, and now I'm just going to blend out that concealer. And because I'm not using any foundation, if I see any blemishes, I'll just drag the concealer onto the blemishes. So I'm not gonna like put it all over my face because that would be a little bit much, but if I see something that I need to conceal, I can just like dab the beauty blender on it and call it good. So see how I kind of have a few blemishes here on my face? I'll just take that excess concealer that I have on my beauty blender and just dab it on those blemishes to kind of cover it up, like so. So see how that just kind of brightened up my face and then made it look more even without me having to put a ton of product on my skin? I just love that I can do that. And then I just take whatever is left on my sponge and kind of dab it all over my face. Okay, so next I'm going to set my face, and I'm going to use the Mercier Translucent setting powder. So I'm going to take a tiny bit on this big fluffy brush and then swirl it into the cap, tap off the excess, and then just lightly tap that powder on my face. The key to a fresh face or dewy makeup look is not powdering your face too much, but you want to powder it enough that the concealer will set. And if you can tell, I'm not doing my under eyes right now because I'm going to use a different powder for that. But that extra step is totally not necessary. You can just use the same translucent powder you have for your under eyes as well. And the reason why I tap to start off while setting is so I don't drag that product around. But once I feel that the powder has hit my face and set my concealer, then I'll kind of drag it around to get that smooth look on my face. And to set my under eyes, I am using the Fenty Pro Filt'r powder, and this is in the shade Lavender. And I really like this shade because it really does brighten up my under eyes. Like, wow, did you just see that? Okay, so now I'm taking my Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D, and this is my go-to contour and bronzing palette. I'm taking the lightest brown shade with this small little brush here, and I'm gonna contour starting off. So I just like to make a fishy face and start close to my ear and then go down, and I don't bring it like all the way down until there's hardly any product left on my brush, and that's to keep it soft because I don't want it to look crazy. And then just warm up your forehead, and that just gives you some warmth to your face. And I get pretty pale in the winter time, so this step like is imperative for me unless I want to look dead. So if you have that same problem, then you should do this too. And then drag it under my chin. Do you guys have a favorite side of your face? If you do, let me know in the comments. It's funny because beauty is technically defined as how symmetrical your face is, and my face is not symmetrical at all. If you look at it, you can just tell this side is like a lot higher than this side, and my jaw is like totally not aligned. So if we're going by that standard, then I am not beautiful. And then I'm gonna go into the middle brown shade in that same palette, and I'm going to bronze my face now. So basically doing the same thing, but kind of being a little bit sloppier with it. And then just dragging it like basically all over my face to get that like sun-kissed look. Okay, so see how that brightened up my face, and then you can't forget your neck. Oh, my earring is like falling out. Let me fix that, there we go. Okay, so next I'm gonna put on some blush, and I'm using Nars Orgasm, and I'd like to just dab this on the apples of my cheeks, like so. And then when there's like hardly any product left on my brush, just kind of blend it in with the bronzer and contour. Once again, this just kind of makes you look a little bit more alive. Okay, so next I'm going to highlight, and I am using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop. So what I'm doing is I'm going to see like this high point on my cheek. I'm just going to put the highlight there. I like to use circular motions. And then once again, when there's not very much product left on my brush, I'll start dragging it down a little bit to my cheek, kind of blend it in with my blush, and then bring it up on my brow bone, and then back down. See how nice that looks? So it's all about the blending, I think, in my personal opinion. Okay, and then I take whatever's left on my brush and do my Cupid's bow. And then I'll just take a little bit and turn my brush sideways and do tip of my nose and then the bridge of my nose. Okay, so now that I have all of my face product on, I'm going to move on to my eyes. And for eyes, I'm going to be using the Tarte Pro To Go palette. And I'm just gonna be using one shade, super easy. And it's this light orangey shade called Drive. And I'm just putting it on this MAC 224 blending brush, putting it all over my lid, and then blending it into my crease. Okay, so for my lower lash line, I'm going into that same color, Drive. I'm just going to use a pencil brush to put that on my lower lash line. And I am being super messy with this, but basically start from the outer part and drag it in, and then you can connect it with that top eyeshadow. You've probably been wondering about my brows this whole time, so I do them basically last. So I'm going to take my Brow Wiz by Anastasia Beverly Hills and take the spoolie first, brush those brows up. And I kind of like the messy brow look, so I don't really care too much if they're not like perfectly sculpted. But basically I just start on the bottom of the brow, fill in any space in that little outline area, and then just kind of fill in wherever needs filled in. I know that's not a super helpful description. But see how it kind of gets sparse up at the top too? I'll just kind of fake little eyebrow hairs to make it look fuller. And notice how I'm not using like one stiff motion, but I'm doing like lightweight strokes to imitate that brow look. Harper, you better not go pee in here. Yeah, you better not. She's potty trained, but sometimes she'll just like randomly squat and we're like, what the heck? Harper, you're making me nervous. Okay, So one brow's done and on to the next. And I'm just gonna be doing the same thing on that brow, so let's skip to the next part. Okay, so we're almost done. I'm going to put on some brow gel. And this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Okay, moving on to the best part, I'm going to set my face with this Morphe setting spray. And I probably should have said this before, but I don't like to really make faces while the setting spray is drying, only because I don't want it to, you know, crease my makeup. Okay, so that setting spray is dried now, and notice how everything kind of blended together with it. I never really thought setting spray was that important, and to be honest, it's not that important. If you're trying to find something to not use because you are on a budget, then that's probably it. But if you do have the money to use it, and that Morphe one's only like $15, so it's not even that expensive, but if you have the money to get one, I would say do it because it makes everything kind of melt together. And especially if you're using a lot of powder and you want that fresh face look, then the setting spray is going to set everything and make your face look less powdery. So I really like it. So for the last thing of this look, I'm just going to curl my lashes and put on some mascara, and then we will be all done. So I am using the one I always use, the Loreal Lash Paradise Mascara. And this is a fresh bottle, so it's always nice. And I'm just going to coat my lashes with it. And I like to start at the root and then kind of wiggle the brush up. And I just leave the lower lash line mascara off because I think it makes your eyes look a lot brighter. So that is the finished look. Thank you for watching. I know this was a little bit longer than 10 minutes, but that's generally how long it takes for me to do this makeup look without any talking in between or explaining how to do things. So I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, don't forget to hit that like button down below. I really appreciate it. And also, don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you follow along with me as I post new videos. I post them weekly, every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and click that red button below so you don't miss any videos. And you can also ring that bell so you get notifications from me when I post a new video. But anyways, thanks again for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.